welcome back to the EchoVideo Podcast. I'm your host, Hunter Tapley. Joining me as always is Bart. Bart, how have you been this week?
Hey Hunter, glad as always to be here. It was a good week, man. It was a pretty good week. I got to see you. That was exciting. First time in a crisp year and a half.
Yeah, it's been
That
a
was
while.
a nice reunion. All too short. But yeah, getting in a Halloween spirit of things. Started watching American Horror Story because I was
Nice.
always aware of it, but I'd never actually seen it. But goddamn, the first season pulls no punches.
Oh,
They're
what's
on
that? The
the
Murder House? Is that the
Yeah,
Murder
the Evan
House?
Peters, yeah, where he's the school shooter. Holy shit, man.
Yeah.
I forgot what that like 2010 television is just completely unhinged sometimes. They had like the suicide, abortion, self-harm, like cutting, school shootings where everyone dies. So,
Yeah.
getting in the spooky season. Have you seen it? I'm assuming you've seen it.
I've seen a little bit of the Murder House. Didn't
Mm.
like the Murder House. Thought to watch another season. I watched the Fun House because I've heard the Fun House is pretty good, or the Carnival one.
Oh yeah.
I didn't like the Carnival one. And then I was like, I could try another season, but I'm pretty sure I just don't like the show.
Fair enough. I mean,
I've heard that double feature and was it 94 or 84 are pretty good, but
I've heard the
like the
Asylum one's pretty cool.
Asylum, yeah, I think I've heard that one's pretty decent too, but
Yeah, and
I don't know, I couldn't be bothered.
the 13th season actually dropped yesterday. I didn't realize it ran for that long, so I got a lot of
Oh
catching up
wow.
to do. Yeah, so
It's crazy.
shit.
Yeah, so we hung out this weekend, a ton of fun,
Hell yeah, baby.
and getting down there was the most stressful week of my entire life.
I'm glad I could provide that for you.
Everything. No, it wasn't you,
No,
man.
I
It
know.
was just like fucking plans, and I always have this fear because like apparently I'm not allowed to have fun ever because everybody cancels on plans. And you know especially,
Triggered by the
but
canoe trip.
I'm fucking calling everybody out because I
Everyone.
fucking set up this huge fucking canoe trip for all my friends. I thought it was going to be awesome. It was going to be so much fun. And then all of a sudden I realized that canoe boats were in really high command, so I needed to fucking find 8 canoes.
That's
This
a
is
lot
peak
of
summer.
canoes.
This is peak summer. Like peak summer. No, there's no boats anywhere,
You're
so I had to
finding a
fucking
fucking log.
find
You gotta carve your own.
and yeah, I went to my uncle who has a ton of boats. He refused to give me any of the good ones. So I was like, do you want me to pay for it or something? And he just said no. He just didn't want me to have it. So I was kind of fucking triggered at that. And then he's like, I got a boat for you. Don't worry. And it was literally a fucking piece of shit. Like, he could have given, like, the only way this boat was worse is if it had a fucking lion living in it. Like, that's how bad it was. The seat was completely destroyed. I think there was a hole in it. And from what I've been told,
That's for
when the
shitting.
boat went, like, you couldn't store any weight in it. It would have just sank. So I was like, well, I guess if we bring that one, I'm going to be the one using it because fucking everybody else had no canoe
It's held
experience.
together by fucking hopes and
So,
dreams.
dude, me and you would have been the ones fucking
Yeah.
rowing that piece of shit. So,
Oof, one of
uh,
us would have probably died.
and then anyways, I found all the boats. Finally, had a second to breathe. Like, all right, we got the boats. Now the only other thing is people need to show up. And then nobody did. Well,
Nobody
except for
came.
one. I won't
One.
use any names, but one buddy came, and we were there for a shorter amount of time. But I think in the long run, it was good we didn't stay because the day
We almost
we
got
were
rained
supposed to
out.
be there, it was like pouring rain at night,
Hmm.
like fucking almost downpouring. So it was a good call on his end because I remember paddling there, the
Oh
most
man.
stressful situation ever
Open
in a
lake,
boat.
fucking kilometers each
Fucking
way.
It was a fucking ocean, dude. We were
Literally.
paddling an ocean, and fucking we had 2 people that had barely
We
canoed.
should not have led. We should have each been in one of the canoes. That would have been
Yeah,
very helpful.
that would have been the plan. I just remember waking up the next morning hungover, fucking dry ass mouth, dying of dehydration. I woke up. I thought it was like 6. I thought it was like 6 or 7. It was like fucking 3 in the morning, and I was like completely awake. Like there was no going back to sleep. I was freezing cold and dehydrated, and someone had threw my water bottle out, and I was like, okay, what do I do here? Do I make a fire or do I get water? I'm not sure. And then We had no firewood. Remember that? We had no
Oh,
fucking firewood. Like, we didn't make any of the
nothing. Yeah,
night before.
absolutely.
So
We burned it all.
when I woke up, I was freezing trying to find wood, and I was like, okay, how the fuck do I start this? I was tearing off unessential parts of the map, like, okay, we don't need this part, we're not here, trying to burn it, and it was all wet, and I was like, oh, I'm going to die.
This is
And
it.
then right before I started burning my clothes and hair, I was like, I think I packed fire starters. So luckily I fucking found 2 fire starters that I almost didn't pack. Literally thought I could start a
You
fire.
were
We
just
won't need
frozen to
them.
death. We would have all woken up at like 8
Dude.
o'clock and just found your corpse out there.
Oh, I was freezing and dehydrated, dude. It was awful.
Jeez.
But it was so much fun. And then we had like a 200-pound bucket of food in a tree.
Oh yeah. You remember
Remember?
fucking logging that thing up, dude, by like a shoe? Well, not quite the shoelace, but holy fuck, man! I've never put more effort into anything in my life. I think.
The 3 of us, all 3 of us, we fucking used all our strength to
Pissed
get it up.
drunk.
And it's like, if that fucking fell,
It's gonna catch someone. 100. It's just fucking metal cans. It's
It was
like
like a
200
fucking-
pounds of
a
preservables.
fucking meteorite
Yeah.
collapsing onto Earth. Like, holy shit.
Do you remember when fucking? I guess I can say his name. Was walking by and he dropped a whole carton of fucking 12 eggs,
Yeah.
and all of them were fine. That
The
was a
eggs,
miracle.
Dude, I was so worried about bears. I was so worried about bears, like, because, like, we had bear spray, but at the same time, I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, other than, like, nail it in the face with bear spray, then what? Like, we have to leave
Run.
everything and run. Like, no, it was,
Definitely just climb a
dude,
tree.
it was like a rough camping trip, but it was honestly, like, looking back at it, it was so much fucking fun. I would totally do
was
it
so much
again.
fun.
I would
100%.
totally do it again, but that was so much fun.
Yeah. At least we got it back on your uncle. We fucking rode that canoe down in the middle of winter down that hill behind his house.
Oh,
We
yeah.
went fucking tobogganing on it.
Yeah, that was fucking great. That was another
Jesus.
good time, dude.
And it's like, Hunter, I think there's a ramp there. Into the air.
Oh,
Almost
fuck.
broke my collarbone.
Fucking
Good time.
great. What was the, did you do anything other than besides hanging out? Did you watch any movies or anything you'd recommend?
Nothing too crazy. Just getting ready for the semester up ahead and whatnot. But I did see that Alex Garland's Men came out on Amazon today. So I know you've seen it. I want to see it. I haven't seen it.
Oh, fuck.
Would you recommend it to a friend?
I thought it was good. Yeah, I'd recommend it. It's
Mm.
definitely weird, but it's like that A24 style, so like
Yeah, okay.
elevated horror, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but
Mm.
I just find it so, like, I don't know. I find it kind of takes all the fun. Like, I find there's no fun horror movies anymore. Like, everything's got to have some hidden meaning. Like, I do not like what elevated
yeah.
horror is doing to the genre. Like, it's good. I love The Babadook and fucking Hereditary and Midsommar. I love all those movies. Don't get me wrong, but we just need some like a fun horror movie once in a while.
Just yeah.
And I'd say like the Hellraiser remake was close to that. It still felt a little elevated with some of the fucking themes and stuff, but it was still pretty fun. Like, I'd give that credit, like going back to the when horror was fun and stuff. But
I've heard that actually recently. I've seen it. I don't know if you've seen it. Have you seen the first Terrifier movie?
yeah, I love Terrifier. I want to see the second one.
The second one's in the cinemas right now, and people are just just walking out and shit. Like, apparently it's too much for everyone.
I'm watching it,
There's
dude.
like controversies left, right, and
Have
center.
you seen the second one?
No, I've seen the first one, but I want to see the
Oh,
second
fuck,
one.
the first one's so good, though. I want to see it
First
so
one's
bad,
great.
the second one, dude.
Yeah.
It's like 2.5 hours.
Holy fuck, really?
Yeah, I was like, I looked at reviews and I was like, holy shit, this is 2.5 hours.
That's a whole day. What the fuck?
Well, dude,
Damn.
what were
I didn't
people
know.
expecting? The first one's pretty fucking graphic. Like,
First one is gnarly. Apparently, there's one specific kill about halfway through. I didn't really go into it because I didn't want to spoil it for myself. But
he kills
that just kinda-
he kills a trans person off screen and everybody walked out because that was offensive.
oh,
That's
I see.
actually not real.
Really?
No.
Oh, I was like, what?
That's probably why people are walking out. It was like when Halloween Kills, the second one, Halloween Kills came out, or the third one, I guess,
Yeah.
came out, and everyone was pissed off that Michael killed a gay person. It's like, what the what? Okay. This is
They
a
just wear fucking
criticism?
Kevlar all the
Like,
time. They
what the
cannot be.
fuck,
Their skin
man?
is made of Kevlar.
Everyone fucking gets killed in the movie.
Jeez.
Brutal.
Yeah, the third one just came out. The Halloween Ends, but it's already been confirmed by the director that it's probably not
The last one?
the last one.
Oh
Yeah,
my
but
god.
it is the last one with Gina Curtis.
Yeah, I would hope so.
So
So,
I'm assuming she just croaks. But we should. Yeah,
dude, I haven't even seen Halloween Kills, I don't think.
it's all right. It's not.
I've heard that's exactly the reaction I get every time is it's all right. The only part I've heard was I
Yeah,
heard there was like a dude that jumped off a building and it was like horrifically graphic.
that was nothing you haven't seen before.
Okay.
It was just he kind of goes flat on the ground.
I keep forgetting when people say horrifically graphic, they haven't seen Cannibal Holocaust and it's like,
Yeah,
oh.
that's a whole new definition.
You know what fucking pisses me off, dude? What's been getting under my skin a lot was I'm a huge horror fan and I really want to make a horror movie. But every time I tell people my ideas, they always go, "Oh, that's too graphic or that's exploitative. You can't shoot that." And I'm just like, "Oh my god." Or then it's like, "Okay, we can't shoot that. That's the end of the conversation." But then they go like, "Oh, well, you have like the real horror is the stuff you can't see." And I'm just like, "Motherfucker, go watch fucking ISIS beheading videos and tell me what's scarier." Like, fuck you. Like,
Holy fuck.
fuck you, man. I hate when people
Checking.
say that. It's so stupid. I hated Bird Box because of that exact reason. I didn't get to see anything.
Oh, okay.
I fucking hate when people say the real terror is the stuff you don't see because your mind fills in the blanks. And to a degree, I agree with that.
It
But
depends on the movie, man. If you're doing like a slasher or like a Bird Box movie with like some alien, you kind of want to see the shit.
yeah,
Like, I
yeah.
don't know.
I don't know. I agree with that, but I really don't. I mean, I think we gotta fucking bring back shock value. Like 13 Reasons
Portrait
Why
Lady,
was the best.
some Saw. Dude, that's so funny. I was gonna bring up 13 Reasons Why.
The first season. The first season. They cut that, dude.
First
You can't
season.
watch that anymore.
Yeah, I
So
know. They
we
cut that
we
right out.
watched History when we saw it's a show about anti-suicide, but it shows you step by step how to commit
How
suicide
to do
expertly.
it, basically, and it romanticizes it. Basically,
Like,
there's a therapist breakdown, and 13
I think
Reasons
I've
Why
seen that
goes
video.
contradicts like every second, every single issue,
dude, what a
or like what you're not supposed to show or what you are showing.
What a
all that shit.
trash bag of a show. And then my favorite was, I remember, I didn't really watch the second season. I didn't really like the first season. I watched it because I think it's like bingeable garbage. Like it kept me hooked enough to watch the next episode. But then I was like, okay, second season, I think we can finish it. And they just kept stretching. Isn't it 4 seasons? Is there 4 seasons?
Yeah, it's 4 seasons.
That's
the
too
first
fucking
season's the
long,
tapes.
dude.
The second season's basically the exact same as the first season, but it uses Polaroids.
Oh,
The third
yeah.
season, Bryce is murdered, and it's like a whodunit.
Oh,
And the fourth
yeah.
season, it's also something with Bryce. I don't know exactly. He strikes again, the killer or some shit. I don't fucking know. I didn't really pay
Dude,
that
it was a
much attention
trash
to it.
bag of a show. Like, it wasn't good. Like, I don't even know. I remember the first season I thought was okay. I'll give it that. I mean, I watched it all. I didn't like it, but I thought it was okay for what they were trying to do. And then there's like the fucking suicide scene. And even for me, it was a bit like, man, you really given step-by-step instructions how to do this, huh? Like,
That's why fucking American Horror Story blew me away so much, because they're cutting into their flesh and it's like all the sound and their blood. You're like, oh, I haven't seen that in a while.
oh
on
my God.
TV,
Yeah, dude, it's a brutal show. I remember that. Yeah, that was a fucking...
We hate watch that one episode with the fucking the fake school shooting, and it's like the most traumatizing event these kids will ever go through. And it's like just got
no
pranked by the prank
payoff.
patrol.
No fucking payoff for it or anything.
See, that's what I was thinking. At least American Horror Story, it's kind of got the balls to just kill a whole room full of children screaming the whole time.
Hell yeah.
Kind of commendable. Not the act.
Well, okay. Well, now we're removed.
Whoa.
All right, this is turning into a Monsters episode where we
by accident.
Let's move aside from that.
It's always the innocent films.
I don't think I watched too much this week to recommend. I didn't. What the fuck did I watch? I don't even know, man. I've been slacking on the watch list. I keep falling asleep through movies, so I'm trying to fucking No, I haven't really watched much. I played a bit of Minecraft, but no, other than that, yeah, I haven't really done much.
Wait, you reading? You reading anything then?
I'm reading Grady Hendrix's the Southern Book Club's Guide to Vampire Slaying. It's okay
Oh,
so
right on.
far. I liked My Best Friend's Exorcism. Again, I think that's a really fantastic book. Movie sucks, but... And, okay, speaking of Grady Hendrix, there's an article I saw on Google, and it's just like all the Grady Hendrix book, like adaptations, release dates. And I was like, okay, I'll click on that. And it's like, click on it. September 30th, My Best Friend's Exorcism. And then it had like all of his top novels, and all of them were TBA. And I was like, why would you write the article? Like, there's nothing fucking here. You didn't give me any information that I didn't already know.
Nothing.
Like, this is like a
shit.
month after the fucking Best Friend's Exorcism got released.
Damn, that must have really tanked something then.
Yeah.
What if they were all filled in at first, and then he had to go back and edit just TBA, TBD.
Maybe. Excuse me. All right, well, I guess moving into this week's film discussion. As promised last week, we're talking about the WNUF Halloween Special, a 2013 film directed by, got a lot of directors, mainly directed by Chris LaMartina. I believe I'm saying that right.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Also directed Sean Jones, Lonnie Martin, James Branscombe, Scott McCubbin, Matthew Mentor, and Andy Schwab. I apologize if I fucking mispronounced any of those.
I would have done.
But basically, from what I read, Chris LaMartin was the main director who had a lot of say in the project. All the other ones kind of directed the little trailers and snippets in between the live show. What did you think? Have you seen this before? What are your overall thoughts of the film?
Haven't seen it before. Had no idea what it was going to be going into it, really. So I was actually very refreshed by it. I thought it was like a really cool way to do some found footage, and I really liked just how they did it. I had a really good time with it. The ending kind of feels like they had to put a stop to it, so they just put a stop to it. But overall, I had a lot of fun with it. It was a good time. I could see myself rewatching it. It's like a fun like, background kind of movie, I think.
This is like a perfect Halloween movie, in my opinion. Like, it's so good, and I agree with you. I think the ending just disappoints me so much because they ran with pure gold. Like, I love
They had it set up for like 45 minutes. Like this whole.
So basically, let's just do a quick plot crunch. This is like basically shot like local TV, like a local TV broadcast program, like a live broadcast that someone has recorded onto a VHS tape. So you're watching this VHS tape that someone had recorded. It's kind of it's really hard to explain. It's kind of, you have to watch it to know what we're talking about. But
it's got commercials too, and there's like fast forwarding through the commercials.
Yeah.
But all the commercials are like authentically made, like using stock footage that the directors found. They weren't actual commercials per se.
But I love how straight everybody plays this. Like, there's no, like, it doesn't feel like nobody's taking it as a joke. They're all playing this really seriously. Like, all the actors, they all do a great job, especially the main guy. What's his name?
Paul Frankenkampf.
Fahrenkampf. It's like apologies for
Apparently the role was written specifically for him because they liked his audition so much.
What's his character's name? Frank Stewart. So Frank Stewart,
he was great, man. He absolutely
is on the street, and he is so authentic to the role. I got to tell you, I've worked with local TV studios before and done streeters and have talked to the public for TV. And that scene when they're outside the house and he's asking people, that is 1000% how people really act, and how fucking the host, like, I've been the cameraman and I've seen how how the host reacts. They act super passive aggressive and annoyed, but they have to be polite. Like, it is so spot on. It's scary. I love it so much. I love how we don't start with the special. We start with a build up to the special. So we have the local news before. I love that so much. It's such a great...
And before then, you have like little segments of commercials, like going back to like Satanism. So it's kind of like building it up a little bit, that it's already kind of in the background of people's minds.
Yep. So then
I like that a lot.
I love when they get into the house and we meet all the characters. Everyone plays it so well. Like it's so, like it truly does feel super authentic. And
Mhm.
then the ending happens.
Oh, I don't think we've explained the plot of what happened in the haunted house yet.
Oh yeah. Do you want to? Yeah, you go
Yeah.
ahead.
Oh, sure.
Let's do that.
I'll just quickly take that away.
Sounds good.
So names I think are relatively irrelevant. So we're just gonna stick with guy and girl and mom and dad. So it's the son of this family who comes across this spirit board, like a Ouija board, and it basically kind of demons and devils start telling him to commit like petty theft and like some breaking and entering and whatnot. And then eventually he's coerced to take an axe up to his parents' bedroom and decapitate them on the spot and then dispose of their bodies in the basement. And he confessed to all that in trial and then was put away. Actually, I think he was executed just like 10 years later or something. And then, yeah, that's kind of where the movie picks up. So it goes into this abandoned house that's been,
So we're doing
uh,
like a cheesy local news Halloween segment,
yeah,
and they're
like
going
a, ooh, haunted house.
they're going into the haunted house live on air, and they're gonna have two paranormal researchers come in and join them, and then an actual priest come in and perform an exorcism. They're bringing a Ouija
Mhm.
board to talk to the spirits, and they're doing a live call-in session, and it's this whole big event. And they have all these random people standing on the street in front of the house, which is funny. And like it's just such a great, like I would not be surprised if there were people that found this, especially how they advertised the film and marketed it.
Yeah.
If people found this and believed it was real, but
It's really, really well done.
it
And I
is,
like the apparently the directors also threw like the VHSs just out the door, so it would still look like a 90s kind of movie,
yeah.
and it would get distributed like that.
I think they filmed the movie on VHS, but then they recorded like a dozens of like they recorded it like 5 or 6 times, so it just looked even
Yeah.
crummier. And then
Oh.
they would make copies of that tape, go to VHS Fest, like VH, like a lot of like horror conventions with this
Hmm.
tape, and just leave it in the bathroom on the ground on people's
Oh,
cars, so
damn.
people would find it and like go home and watch it. So that's what they kind of did.
Oh,
And
that's
then
pretty
so it
smart,
was kind of
honestly.
like honestly probably one of my favorite things ever. I don't know why, I just think that's super super awesome how they did that. I don't know how well it did. It's called a whisper campaign is what
Whisper
it's
campaign.
called.
Is that like kind of what Blair Witch did with like the missing posters and stuff and going like door to door and phone calls?
I believe
Is that
so.
is that like in the same realm of Whisper?
I think it's maybe it says
Hmm.
whisper campaign is a method of persuasion in which damaging rumors or innuendo are spread about the target while the source of rumors seek to avoid being detected while spreading them. That's
Mm.
what the
So it's like a rumor.
yeah, essentially.
Okay, okay, cool.
Apparently there is a sequel to this movie.
Yeah.
Um During 2022 announced a sequel to WNUF Halloween special entitled Out There Halloween Megatape. That's all I know
Yeah,
of it.
apparently it's like a show group or like a podcast group or something that are called Out There, and they make the Halloween mega tape.
I think it's about aliens,
And
isn't
it's
it?
yeah, and it's like 10 years later, like the UFO I guess experts, fanatics, whatever
Okay.
you want to call it.
Yeah, I haven't. All I'm reading is that he has no plans to release it onto streaming services. So,
Oh shoot.
uh,
You can buy the DVD straight, but it's $30.
damn.
You can buy it right from him.
I think they have VHS copies too. I gotta say, the
Oh yeah.
Vinegar Syndrome of the Halloween special with the slipcover is the coolest slipcover ever, but they're completely sold out, and I fucking screamed. It
Oh
looks like an
man. With the child?
no, that one with the child is like the base Blu-ray, but with the
Oh yeah.
slipcover, it looks like an old VHS tape. It's so
Oh,
cool.
that's awesome.
It's so awesome. I mean, don't have too much to kind of cover for this movie, only because it's so weird. I mean, there's the call-in segment, which is really funny, and the cat. They immediately the two the t- okay, that joke, when they said that joke, I kind of got sucked out of the moment when I first watched it. Like I was like, okay, this is definitely scripted, but
Yeah.
there was a couple moments, but honestly, other than that, It was fucking so funny, dude. When
I loved all the fucking discourse between the news reporter and the two psychics.
yeah,
It's like,
I love.
did they ever call you Claire the clairvoyant? No.
he's
All right.
he's trying to make fucking jokes and stuff. What was the one thing when the cat fucking runs away 10 seconds into the house and they're all freaking out,
Literally.
and then the one guy's like freaking out about who's gonna pay for his stuff that he broke, and he's like, the producers will figure it out after this.
We have talked about this.
And then they do he keeps trying to fucking get the exorcism to be performed, if I remember. Like he's
he goes postal in the end, man. He's just screaming.
He's like, perform the exorcism, and he just keeps not, like, he thinks it's gonna solve everything. And then the fucking cat, they're looking, they're like, where's the shadow? She's gone, the cat is gone. They don't know where it is and they're freaking out. Dude, I love the viewer call-in session.
Oh, that's exactly. I was gonna go back to that too, because you were talking about how the audiences like interact with the camera crew. That's exactly how fucking call-ins go. Iron Maiden fucking sucks.
No, it's Iron Maiden fucking rules, dude.
Oh,
and then
no.
they say the other
Oh.
band sucks. And then this fucking other one's, I have a question to ask my mom. Can you just tell her she's a bitch or something like that? All right, let's watch the
We're
language.
just doing this house today.
Oh my god, dude. It's so fucking
It's-
funny.
So funny. And then the cat. I think they're disrupted from the seance by the cat or something. It doesn't
A
matter.
noise
But they
happens.
see the fucking cat,
it's-
and it's completely disemboweled
It's
in the middle of
completely-
the living room.
Dude, I really think that they needed to play it straight. Like, I really think it shouldn't have been a real gore ending. I think it should have been played straight. Like, this whole thing was like a bit and a ruse for the show, you know? I think that would have made it so
Yeah.
much better and so much funnier, like, to think, and more realistic. Like, if the
Yeah.
ending was like, I don't know, I think it could have been better. I mean, it is funny when shit gets starting to get out of hand with the cat, and then they keep cutting to commercials, and it cuts to the commercials, and the guy's like, I'm Dr. Levy. I hope you're enjoying the WNUF Halloween spell. Like, they have no idea that there's actual fucking trauma happening at this point. That was
Join
really-
us after the Halloween special for the special showing of Sarcophagus.
That was so fucking funny.
incredible.
That was fucking good. I will say the commercials did get a bit annoying. There was
There were a lot.
there was a couple carpet ones, and there was a lot of commercial breaks. I mean,
Yeah.
they were fine. Like, they were fine. Like, some of them were pretty funny, but after a while, it got a little bit annoying. But I mean, that's fucking public TV, right? Remember, even fucking today's YouTube is like that.
all the
So
time.
not that bad.
And I
but-
did love that little fucking section they had near the beginning where they had the fucking officer, John Regis, talking to about things you should or shouldn't do. He's like, make sure you get home before eating your candy, or you might accidentally eat a needle covered in the AIDS virus.
A
And you're like,
needle.
oh,
I forgot about that. Yeah, a needle injected with the AIDS virus. That was
Oh.
fucking gold.
this is phenomenal. Oh man. And there was another fucking one. Which one was
I
that?
can't remember.
There's the when they're making out at the very beginning. There's nothing sexual about sex or sexy,
yeah.
but sexually transmitted disease.
STDs. Yeah,
STDs.
I remember that.
Or the
too.
fucking man, there were so many good ones. I loved them all
There was so
much.
many good
The
jokes.
fucking warm embrace of the Second Amendment when they're doing fucking gun school commercials.
That was good too. Yeah, there was some really good ones. And dude, this was like such a fall movie. Like, I think there was one Halloween special I watched recently, which is on Shudder. I think it's called Night of the Scarecrow or Dark Night of the Scarecrow, which is a really good made-for-TV movie, and I do recommend it. I will talk about it on our Halloween special because I do really like it. I'm just going to say the only thing I don't like about it, they filmed it in fucking California or something, so there's no fall colors at all. It's just dry-ass fucking hot desert, middle of summer, and it's like, come on, guys. If you film this in the
What
fall,
location scouted this?
if you filmed this in the fall, it would have been so much more perfect, man.
Holy shit. Oh, man. Another, near the end of the movie when they had the, like a third cameraman come in or a second cameraman come in, the fucking Connor, the intern.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that was a joke. I think it was, but he was fucking the the whole time while fucking walking.
That was
And I
fucking
was like,
good.
oh.
Oh, there was another good one. Oh yeah, at the end they're just like they're like dead and they're like mourning them on the local news. They're like, after the tragedy of the Halloween special, we're still mourning due to the tragic events of the Halloween special. So anyways, Christmas is coming up. And they move right into. I thought that was fucking funny too. It is good. I just think the fucking. I do just think that part where it goes so serious with the gore and the blood, I really don't think the movie needed that, in all honesty.
It's like the last 15, 20 minutes where it goes a little bit unhinged.
Yeah, and it's not that I just think that they had such gold playing it so straight. Like, it was so fucking funny, like, especially in the beginning where, oh my God, did you see that? I just saw a ghost in the window right there. Like, and it's just so good, man. It's so entertaining. Like, the whole fucking way through beginning to end of the movie, I was constantly entertained. I mean, with the exception of a couple commercial breaks, but even still, it was still a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And this movie,
it was just such a charm of a movie.
This movie was only made for $1,500.
Damn,
So
really?
yeah, basically nothing. Like, this is a student film almost with that budget.
Jeez. Well, that's pretty inspiring, at least.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
the I don't know, man. The VHS, like the quality that must have gone into like just consistently keeping that kind of style. It was really well done.
The VHS style, yeah, it's great. I really do enjoy this movie, and I really think everyone should watch it or experience it once. I mean, fucking show
Yeah.
it to your family and say it's a real fucking broadcast. Like, it could be a pretty funny prank even to show which I might try to do. I might try to show my family this and say this is real, but I have no idea. It is a
That'd be
little
fun.
hard to find. I mean, you can buy a copy of it on Vinegar Syndrome. I think I saw it. It used to be on fucking Shudder, but
Yeah, it was taken off. I could only find it on like you said, the Internet Archive.
yeah, I found it on the Internet
I couldn't find it on
Archive.
Shutter
So
either. It used to be on.
it used to be. They must have removed it. Kind of upsetting, but what can you do?
What can you do?
Exactly.
Also, if you're interested in more of his work, I just kind of came upon this. It's the Call Girl of Cthulhu, and the cover of the movie, it literally looks like hentai.
Oh, really?
Like, you would be remiss not to think that was at the start of like a manga. It's yeah, I don't know if it's any good. It's a crisp hour and a half. Oh, this is actually the movie that he made right after this one.
Oh my God. Based
You
on
got
the
like the tentacles
writings.
peeling off her bra strap or lingerie strap. It's like, okay, very good.
Interesting. She's turning wet dreams into nightmares. Oh my God.
I
What the fuck is that
didn't even
tagline?
realize that was the call. That is incredible. Maybe I'll watch that tonight.
There you go. That's kind of all my notes. I mean, final thoughts. I think it's really fun. Definitely a Halloween classic, and will probably continue to be watched on Halloween by me. Ton of fun, in my opinion. What's your final thoughts?
I mean, much of the same. I had a great time with it. If you're looking for something that's fun and just very atmospheric and just get you in the mood for some fun Halloween shenanigans, this is definitely the way to go. That's yeah, go check
Perfect.
it out.
You know what we forgot to discuss before this podcast was what we're watching next week.
Okay, all right. Well, this is right from Bart himself. It is called Kingdom of the Spiders, and it is excuse me, with William Shatner. And I thought it was fitting because we went to the mall and like that's where we met Hunter and I not the first
Not
time,
the
like
first time, but
Hunter came to Waterloo and that's where we met. And when I was fucking walking around,
you saw the Kingdom of the
I saw
Spiders.
Kingdom of the Spiders at whatchamacallit,
Sunrise Records.
the Sunrise Records there. So I thought fitting enough.
Alrighty. I
It's
hope.
only PG, so we won't be expecting too many fun gory kills, but
Yeah, we started this year out. We started this Halloween season off fucking gangbusters with the gore. So
yeah, we're just easing out of it now.
how many more weeks of Halloween we got? I think we got two.
We got next
I think we got next week
next
and then
week.
one more week of Halloween. And then we have Halloween on
Yeah,
a Monday. So I think we got one more week after this, and then we have. So yeah, we're good. We got one more movie. We'll figure it out, and then we got the Halloween special.
Halloween Spirit Remains, and honestly, horror movies we'll probably continue.
Oh yeah, we're not gonna change the fucking the list.
It just happened to coincide with Halloween.
We're exclusively doing
January.
more. We're exclusively doing more Halloween themed, kind of. But when
November 1st will be Halloween.
no,
John Carpenter film.
I don't even think there is a theme for November in Canada. I mean, we have Remembrance Day, but I don't want to disrespect anybody on Remembrance Day. American Thanksgiving.
We got.
That's about it. There's no holidays in November.
It's not really a holiday. It's more like a. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, we could do Peanut Butter Solution for November.
Ooh, we could do V for Vendetta for November the 5th, but that's a little bit generic.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we should do fucking Peanut Butter Solution for.
I would be down to that.
Because we fucking promised it after Mad
ages
God.
ago. This has been
after.
Can you imagine if the one guy is still here, just like, why don't I take the next one to Peanut Butter Solution?
Yeah, the one guy is freaking out. All right, I think that's gonna do it for this episode, though. Do you have any final
remarks? No, that is it for me.
That's it for you. All right, perfect.
Yeah.
Then that's gonna do it for this episode of EchoVideo Podcast. Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you next week.